Welcome back. All right, so yep, I'm wearing Ducks. This is not the new Ducks. There was a plan for me to have the brand new Anaheim Ducks jersey today. I was gonna do a whole video on here's what they have, here's what it looks like, and everything. You can see them online, like they've released it online, but there was a plan. They don't have the product as of yet, which is fine. I will get the jersey soon enough. But good on the Ducks for making that effort. And yeah, I know. I know. And I'll talk about it when we get there. But today's Jersey Day, right? They've revealed here's the new Fanatics. And they look largely the same. Now, I understand that players have had a lot of feedback with Fanatics. Apparently, with Adidas jerseys, the problem they had in-game was that the elbows would wear out. The elbows would wear out on the jerseys. They'd need replacements a lot faster than they felt like they should. So Fanatics has worked to fix that. Plus, we all saw the Major League Baseball issue with their uniforms this year. Apparently, that caused Fanatics to really double down on quality with the NHL. And I know people are going to be laughing about, oh, Fanatics with quality. I have the same trepidation as everybody else, but it's a 10-year contract. We'll see. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that there's going to be 3 levels of jerseys. So you're going to have your on ice, which is, you know, your I think it's a $500 price point. And I want to say $500 Canadian. I think it's $400 US, but I again, we'll see where how it all balances out. From what I've heard, Fanatics isn't selling to everybody that Adidas did. That it may take out some of the online sellers. We'll see if that ends up coming to pass as well. But they're going to have basically the same level as like these Adidas, where it's retail. It's basically similar material. They're smaller. It's not made to be worn with pads underneath, which is true of these Adidas as well. And then you're going to have your Fanatics replicas, which people generally don't like if they're collectors. But for casual collectors, they're fine. Like for casual, if you don't care about, you know, whether or not the logo is embroidered on, I mean, it's wearable, sure. Are they pricey? Yeah, but it is a cheaper price point than the midway, which is going to be odd. We're going to have 3 levels again. With Reebok, we just had the 2. So we're going to have 3. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the sales work on that. I have no intention of buying the Made in Canada unless I can get some through Ben, whose email address is in the description of every video, of course. But I'm not all that interested in... And even then, considering you can wear those with pads underneath, those are going to be huge. Those are going to be gigantic. So since I don't generally wear them with pads underneath and go out and skate around with them, I just wear them here on the set. I don't know if I need the on-ice product, so we'll see. The Kings revealed their look today, which is virtually identical to the ones from the 80s and 90s. And I'm not throwing shade by saying that, because those sold extremely well back in the day. Anaheim's, they've gone back to the orange. We knew they were going to go to orange. I've seen people complaining it's too much orange now that they've revealed the full jerseys. And yeah, it's orange from head to toe. It might seem like a little bit of a lot, but I did get an email from the Anaheim Ducks. The plan was for this to be part of, you know, me having a video with the jersey and everything, but I make do. So in the communication to me, they said it was following years of internal deliberation, fan interest, and feedback, and returning to the world-famous brand, the time's come for the Ducks' visual evolution to continue. The Anaheim Ducks introduced a refreshed version of the classic and world-famous Ducks logo. So there's orange here in the eyes now. Really, the logo is largely similar. It's one of those nice things. The sticks are orange as well. I know, for some it may seem like too much orange. I'm fine with it. I'm kind of excited to see it in person. And again, I would have, but things happen. The mark is more than a visual upgrade and representation of a new era of Ducks history. We're not just unveiling a logo or uniforms, but a new identity that's proud to resemble Orange County. That's why they're leaning into the orange, right? The refresh is a modern-day interpretation of who we are and a logo fans identify with. And then it goes through in sections here, and I'll go through it. Why orange? The Anaheim Ducks are a symbol of Orange County. The Ducks' refreshed identity honors Orange County's original citrus farm packaging. The region's sunsets and the commitment from our owners, Susan and Henry Samueli, to the community we represent. It's the color of the place we call home. We're Orange County's team. And they do lean into that. There has been OC on the shoulder as well for Orange County. That was on their stadium jersey, which was also a nice bright orange. The new logo, revolutionized by a vibrant transformation of the iconic duck mask with a refreshed twist, now framed in vibrant orange as the bold primary color reflective of the team's home in Orange County. A refined crest inspired by the original primary design of the Mighty Ducks, this familiar mark is a refreshed primary symbol that embodies the commitment to our community and fans. And as I've said previously too, if you want the eggplant back, well, good news. They make third jerseys, and they just had the 30th last year. I don't think they're going to be shy about using the original colors on various thirds and whatnot going forward. Elegant gold accents complete the look within the logo, adorning a shimmer effect to give a glimmer of Orange County's iconic beaches, which we need to get to the next time we go to Anaheim. Our former primary mark has been refined and takes place as our secondary logo, a sleeker, more versatile look. Connects generations of fans and reminds us of our journey. So this jersey here, this of course being reverse retro, does not have the Web D on the shoulder, but there's Web D on the shoulder. The orange jerseys, the white ones have a nice orange yoke on them as well. I think they're really, really nice. The new uniforms, Ducks are introducing 2 new jerseys, primary, home, and road. The 4th set of primary jerseys since 1993. And yeah, they've gone through a lot. And this summer, I'll probably do like a history of jerseys video. So going through each team's jersey history. I know I've done that previously, but I've filled in a lot of the blanks that were there in the previous jersey history videos. So I feel like it's a more comprehensive history that I can do. Plus, I'm now on this set, so why not take advantage of it? Yeah, both jerseys incorporate a bold new typeface and number palette inspired by Orange County's original Citrus Farm packaging, historic signage, and architecture. A modernized number topography includes shading elements of orange, black, gold, and white. And what's on this jersey? Orange, black, gold, and white. It was hiding in plain sight right in front of us. And again, and I've talked about this numerous times over the years, that I figured this was the direction they were going to go. And I did wonder if they delayed the rebrand because of they had the orange third, and then we had the second reverse retro, which is very similar to what they're going with now. I felt like maybe that delayed it a little bit. I'm not saying that it did. I don't have that information, but it feels like it was. Ducks' new away jerseys adorn a white base with bold, rounded orange throughout the shoulders. The accented horizontal waist stripes and chevron sleeves mimic the primary jersey with an orange sleeve cuff. So, there you go. Anaheim Ducks. And today I'm doing an interview on Light the Lamp with Alexis Downey. So that'll be fun to do as well. All right. And they didn't pay me for that. That's me reading all that off. Give all you guys background on what the plan is and why they went with orange. Because that's definitely been a discussion point with these uniforms since that was rumored to be the change. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And yeah, and I'm wearing one of my meetup jerseys. It's hard to hate a team when you have that much communication with people from a team and that much communication with fans from a team. I don't appreciate it. Like, the hate for the Ducks kind of kept me going some days. I could just wake up and be like, well, at least I still hate Anaheim. Now I wake up and I go, at least I still hate... Damn it. And then the whole internet fills that in with whoever. But yeah, it just gets more and more difficult. Like, you know, well, he hates the Kings. The Kings have offered for my stepdaughter to ride the Zamboni in between periods during a game. She's like begging to go down to LA and get on the Zamboni at a Kings game. How in the world? How in the world could I hate a team when they're willing to do? Anyways, so that being said, let us get into other news of the day. Liam O'Brien has signed a 3-year extension with Utah. So even though he hasn't played a game in Utah, he is part of that organization. He signed a 3-year deal. The cap hit is $1 million per. Liam O'Brien is strictly a fourth liner. He is a physical forward. But I'm going to say this. I think his offense is a little bit better than the numbers would show. He just doesn't really play that style of game. But I like O'Brien. He's one of the many of the former Coyotes, now Utah Hockey Club players that I like him. I just do. I think Utah's got a pretty good base there. We'll see what they do on July the 1st. Buffalo is reportedly buying out Skinner, although the first step to a buyout is waivers, and Chris Johnston revealing that nobody's on waivers today. I say this even though it's 10 minutes before the waivers technically are revealed. But the buyout period opens tomorrow, so you have to put them on waivers, and then 24 hours later, once they've cleared waivers, you can start the buyout process. And so it looks like Jeff Skinner is going to get bought out by the Buffalo Sabres. When that takes place, I'll go over what the penalty would be for that. And I can discuss penalties at that time as well, because it is different for players under the age of 26 or 26 and older, right? So, yeah, I will talk about that then. Glenn Sather, so lost in the midst of everything else today, but Glenn Sather's retiring from the National Hockey League after 6+ seasons, first as a player, then as a coach, and then as an executive. And I think one of the most iconic memories in my brain is Glenn Sather chewing on that gum behind the bench for the Edmonton Oilers in the 80s. I don't know. It just kind of, to me, it represents the 80s. Was the old Edmonton Oilers, their high-flying style, and Sather behind the bench. So all the best to Sather in retirement. He's had a nice long career. Again, over 60 years in hockey. And so, yeah, all the best to him. So NHL ratings get talked about a lot. And the NHL revealing that 16.3 million viewers across North America watched Game 7, the second most watched hockey game in North America since 2004. The most watched since 2004 being the Boston-Vancouver Game 7, which makes sense. Boston has a larger fan base in the U.S. Vancouver, I don't know if they have a larger fan base than Edmonton in Canada, but that series was ugly, and everybody that cheered for Boston hated Vancouver. Everybody who cheered for Vancouver hated Boston, and a lot of third-party viewers hated both of them. They just wanted to see them beat each other up. And since there was a lot of back and forth and arguing, and it was an ugly series, a lot of people wanted to see how that ugly series would come to a conclusion. So this Game 7 having 16.3 million viewers and outdrawing both the NBA in their final, the NBA final being the lowest rated in their last 3 years. It was kind of anticlimactic with the NBA one, of course, which the NHL one was following right to the T until fans figured it out. The NHL went, hey, we better stop copying that NBA final. But really, really good ratings. The Stanley Cup playoffs in general, the ratings were pretty darn high this year, and they're trending in the right direction. So it shows that a Canadian team in the final can be a real draw, and that the National Hockey League's doing pretty well financially. I think that the amount of money they made in the playoffs, I don't know where we're going to see the salary cap next summer, because the expectation was $92 million, but considering the bump that we got for this year's up to $88 million, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 92.5 next summer, that kind of level. So the NHL's in pretty good shape right now, and definitely drawing some eyeballs to the product. I don't think it hurts that a guy like Charles Barkley has been very vocal about, hey, these playoffs over here are pretty good. I like these better than the NBA playoffs. I think when you hear stuff like that from Charles Barkley, it carries some weight. And we've seen like the Pat McAfee show talking about hockey a lot too. So there are definitely more, it feels like more American outlets now covering hockey, and not just like a, hey, look at this hit, look at this fight. It's more of a an all-encompassing look at here's how hockey teams did, here's who we think's going to win, all this fun stuff. So yeah, all the best to the NHL next season. And of course, next season starts basically July the 1st to me is the start of next season, although technically at the draft you could qualify it as next season. And we're going to see a lot of trades between now and July the 1st, I would think. But we're going to see a lot of action on July the 1st either way. I have already set up all 3 live streams as well. The live stream for Friday, for Saturday, as well as for Monday. So you guys can set your notification for those for when they go live. And it should be a lot of fun. We'll be carrying it. We won't be showing the video of the draft, of course, because copyright reasons. But I will be writing on the board who gets drafted where for the first round. For rounds 2 through 7, we tried that once. Didn't go well. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you've not done so already. Yeah, I'm excited for this summer. I think this summer is going to be great. And anytime I get to travel with my wife, that's always a very enjoyable experience. And during the summer, that's when we travel on our own, kid-free, which is always very enjoyable as well, to just get that time to recuperate and get your energy back. And for me, of course, just to relax after a long season, which, yeah, I have some time to do now. So thank you guys so much for all your support as always. If you haven't already hit like and subscribe, please do. Thank you guys for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.